over. The Cowboys got their guy, Mazi Smith, defensive tackle out of Michigan. And I know I'm seeing everyone on Twitter. I'm hearing all all the hype. Not a sexy pick. Doesn't get everyone all excited and get hyped and get ready to roll. But if you look at this team and you look at the makeup and where we need help and where we've needed help for years, it's run defense. It's up the middle. We've all talked about getting that big nasty, get someone in there that can plug it up and to wreak havoc in the middle. And I think they got their guy. Now, just like with every draft, you get these guys, you don't know how it's going to pan out. Are they going to be a boom or a bust? You just don't know. But I got to trust the Cowboys. I got to trust their scouting department. We've done very well in the draft, getting guys that can be impact starters from day one, and this could be another one. And really, my man Jerry said it best. I don't know if you saw his press conference, but I'll show you this real quick. This is how I feel. This is how we all should feel.
Just because you said it don't make it so, right?
What?
Just because you said it don't make it so, right?
Well, I didn't give you the draft board, but he was that high. It was 13 or 14 on our board. Man, who gives a shit? Really, we got him. We got him.
Only Jerry can say stuff like that. But no, but seriously, you had Porter there. And I'll be honest. I was like, man, you got Porter there. I mean, the value, it's cornerback, premium position, the stuff that we all want to see. And they passed on him, but so did some other teams. But again, defensive tackle, it's not the sexiest pick. It's not the one that's going to get all this, fill up the stat sheet, but they're going to do the dirty work. And, I learned a long time ago is the game's won in the trenches, and the Cowboys got better in the trenches after the first round. So really, what's your guys' thought? You had a little time to let it marinate in, let it soak in. If you're upset with a pick, you got a chance to think about it more and more. Are you good with it? I mean, you're getting a guy who's probably going to be a day one starter, a guy who's got really great run defense, ability, had like 22 pressures. He can definitely, get it up, get up the gut and wreak some havoc. So what are you guys thinking? Micah Parsons, I don't know if you guys saw him. He was pretty hype about it, and he was pushing for him. So I'm going to probably lean on Micah. I'm going to trust the Cowboys scouts. They do this, they do this all day, every day. They've been very successful. So it's going to be interesting. For me, the only disappointing part was after the 5th pick in the draft, the power went out in my house. We had a bad storm. And I know some people say, hey, just watch it on your phone, do that. Well, I was on a great show, Cowboys Can Fan. So I was trying to prepare to go on that, did the best I could on there under the circumstances. They were understandable, just a great group of guys. But so I was trying to conserve battery because I had to set up, flashlights and things like that to get in the cave to at least have some sort of light. So it wasn't as easy just to flip it on and just start watching some audio because it would have drained my battery out and I would have been screwed. So that's why I was saying it was difficult. So I just had to watch it on the internet. But you have this build up for the draft, and then something like that happens, you start panicking. It just goes to show you just never know. But some surprises, Bijan Robinson, that was the one that everyone said, hey, maybe he falls to Dallas. Well, he didn't fall past 8. And, Atlanta scooped him up. And then you had Gibbs. And you're like, well, Gibbs will definitely, if we want a running back, we'll be able to get Gibbs at 26. I think he goes 12, I think it was, to Detroit. So Detroit did some odd things. I mean, Gibbs is, good running back, don't get me wrong. But they seemed like they had their running backs. But maybe they feel you just can't have enough. And he was too good to pass up. And then you got to, man, I can't hate on it. Philly on paper, that was another really good draft for them. Obviously, you got to see how it pans out, but they got 2 really good guys, and on the defensive front. So for them, again, they're seeing where they've got to get stronger on that defensive line, and I get it's one in the trenches, so that's what we got to do. So day 2, what are we going to do? We're going to go offensive line. You got tight end. If a receiver drops, if something else kind of happens. The Cowboys definitely got some options, and you got to think about it. They put themselves in these positions to kind of, not reach, not this, for a player. And, they had Mazi on their board at 13 or 14, like Jerry said. We don't know the truth of it, but he's a solid player. out of Michigan. That's the only thing I'm not crazy about. But what are you going to do? I'm going to support him. He's a Cowboy now, so we gotta get hype and we got to make this thing, make it roll. But he's definitely going to help on the defensive line. Just don't do nothing to my man Neville Gallimore because he does the intro. I don't want to have to redo that after all the work. But I saw my man Kelly K9's out at the draft. He's having a good time. It is a good experience. I went to I think it was 2017. It might have been in Philly. Unfortunately, that was a taco year, so we don't want to talk too much about it, but it was a lot of fun. It's a great experience. The NFL is just a machine now. It's a lot of glam. Sometimes I miss the days where they just did the draft on a Saturday, Sunday, and you ran through it, and it wasn't as much fanfare. But it is a cool experience. So I would say anyone who has the opportunity to get on, to go to the draft, definitely do it. You guys, let me know in the comments, what are you guys thinking about this pick? Mazi Smith, defensive tackle out of Michigan. Also, day 2, what are you guys thinking? We'll be watching that tonight. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, share. We've got some great interviews. Dallas Cowboys, Dave Campo. We've had Charlie Waters. We've had Craig Morton. We had Heisman Trophy winner Charlie Ward from Florida State. But we also had Dennis Erickson from the U. We had Malik Rozier from the U. We've got JT Thomas coming up from Pittsburgh. We're going to be talking about the Steel Curtain. He was a starting cornerback opposite of Mel Blount. What was it like, that dynasty in the 70s going against the Cowboys dynasty in the 70s, the Super Bowls, this? What do you think of the NFL today? So it's going to be a really good time with JT Thomas. He's got a lot of insight and the knowledge, and obviously been there, done that, 4 Super Bowl championships. That's going to be pretty cool to have him coming into the cave. So make sure, if you guys are new, like, subscribe. We've got a lot of great content live on Mondays and Thursdays, and then we drop them, every now and then we'll be dropping these videos. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Mazi Smith, Dallas Cowboy. He's got to earn a spot in the cave, but we'll see how it plays out. But I'm liking the pick. You let us sleep on it. I think you guys will like the pick. Think about the Cowboys. Think about the weakness that we've had in the playoffs. Think about all the different things on the defensive side. Where's our one spot we can improve? You get a defensive tackle with some nastiness. It's going to open up everything else for the defensive front. We've got a great rotation. Think about that old team in the 90s. They just rotated guys in, man, came in waves. So I think Dan Quinn, I got to trust him. Mike McCarthy, you can see the stamp he's putting on this team. These picks these last few years, it's blue-collar guys. It's down and dirty. It's the ones that some people don't like, but they turned out to be pretty damn good. So give them a chance. We'll see you guys maybe this weekend. If not, we'll be live Monday recapping all of the drafts. So we'll see you soon. You guys take care. Have a great weekend.